Welcome everybody, Lolly and Pop says it's time to head south. It's now the last week of October and we're in Arizona. Most of northeast Arizona is tribal land, and due to COVID and the outbreaks, most of the lands have been closed. But we did find an area in Glen Canyon National Recreation Area, Beehive Campsites, to park our rig for a couple days and explore the area.
This is the route we're going. And you can see we're going through a tunnel now. Not really a tunnel.
Cutting the rocks.
Cutting the rocks. We are going out of the rocks. Here's the view.
The thing that always amazes me is, can you imagine just walking through this land and all of a sudden you come upon something that looks like this? It was great fun to walk across the original Navajo Bridge built in 1927. The new one was built in the 70s. Well, it's time to get out of this truck and let's take a hike. Over at Lee's Ferry. This is where everybody takes off for their 2-week trip down the Grand Canyon. And this is the old homestead here. And they still have a bunch of fruit trees they keep up for people, and they let people pick their own fruit. I have no idea what kind of tree this is. That's weird. And this is I can just imagine living here. There's a sign that said, Dude Ranch, the problem with no power, no electricity, and no returning guest.
Go.
Up at Fruit Cellar. Here we go. Well, it's really getting cold at night, so it's time to head south. How about the Verde Valley in Arizona? History is so important to everybody, so we decided to go see Montezuma Castle, and we just could not believe what it looked like. It is a 750-year-old dwelling about 100 feet up into the cliffs. And what in the world is a Tuzagat? This area was excavated in 1933, and what did they uncover? Well, they actually uncovered over 110 different rooms that overlooked the farming valley. The Southwest is full of national monuments, and since I am a senior, I have a senior pass for the national parks and monuments. All these activities are free. All we do is walk and burn calories. Speaking about walking, I think it's time to get off the beaten path. I have a couple apps on my phone. One is Map My Walk, so we decided to go to Fay Canyon. It was a nice even hike. It was 2.82 miles, and we only gained a little over 350 feet. And they actually had a sign at the end that said, End of Trail. The next day we decided to take a hike around Chimney Rock. It was a little bit less, 2.52 miles, but a little bit more in elevation gain. This hike actually starts right at the city limits of Sedona and gives some great views of the city. Well, after hiking a couple miles in the morning, what's the best thing to do? How about some wine tasting in the afternoon? Since the elevation is around 4,000 feet, they actually can grow wine grapes here in Arizona, and there were 4 wineries in the area. GA Ranch was by far the biggest and the fanciest, so we bought a flight of wine and decided to sit outside by the fire. The Verde River in this area actually flows year-round, so consequently there's all kinds of water to irrigate, and it's just as amazing how big the trees get. And of course the 2 main type of trees are cottonwood trees, which makes sense, and they also have what they call an Arizona sycamore tree. One of the apps I have on my phone is a hazardous weather alert, We're just sitting inside and all of a sudden it beeps. Wonder what's going on outside. Thunderstorms in the area, but we stayed nice and dry and it made for a beautiful Arizona sunset. After hiking in the sun so much, we decided that Lolly needed a new hiking hat, so we went into Sedona to do some shopping. Well, time to leave Sedona and go farther south. Tune in next week for more adventures with Lolly and Pop.